Hey guys, this is your tour guide Josh from Mexico Guided Experience, and today we're gonna be talking about all the protocols and the things you should know about the coronavirus here in Mexico. So if you guys are planning on coming next vacations here to the area, Cancun and Riviera Maya, it's open, it's wonderful, it's beautiful, so you gotta come and just to see what is there to do. This is a video that you must watch to the very end. Okay, so let's just start. Now, this is not another video of a traveler's experience. This is your Mexican tourist guide telling you what you should do if you come to Mexico. What are some of the tips you should follow, the instructions or precautions you should take? So let's start with this, especially telling you a little bit of what we live during this pandemic. Everything started 8 months ago for us, just one day before the spring's equinox. On March the 21st, on Chichen Itza, there are thousands of people waiting for the Kukulkan snake's god presenting himself in the temple. But even being so important, the government thought that it was a good idea to actually cancel it. After that, nobody had a job. There were no tours, the hotels had to shut down, flights were canceled, and even people got trapped at the airport. So, did we struggle? Yes, of course we did. And we are still struggling. Just like many of you guys in different countries. Here, there was no jobs at all because everything moves because of tourism. So, everybody was doing something. And, you know, in these kind of times, you have to get creative. So, you learn how to do things from scratch, like making tamales or editing a video. And here we are. After September, everything started running again. This was the first visit as a family to the beach. The water was just so clear and beautiful. Nada más ve este color. Playa Delfines en Cancún el día de hoy, 12 de septiembre. And to be honest, we can do now a lot of things, but for sure we have to follow a few conditions. And let me start with that. Because nobody knows exactly for how long coronavirus is gonna be around, and for sure it's affecting our normal lives. So my job is not trying to convince you that nothing is happening, but to inform you what is the most responsible way of traveling during this new reality. Because there are so many people right now in the world that are still hesitating. Hey, should we go somewhere else during these times? So, here are 5 things you have to know before coming to Mexico in coronavirus times. Number 1. Mexico's border never closed. Mexican authorities decided to never close the border, so as you can imagine, that's still to this day a very controversial decision. So, since July, you could come to Mexico even though you couldn't really do many things. Do you know customs doesn't require any special papers to certificate you are COVID-free? With just filling a few formats, you can come and visit the country. Is that good or is bad? I guess it depends who you ask to. The tourist industry will answer, yes, it was a great decision. The government decided to reactivate slowly every state depending the number of positive cases and death rates. So they established a way to inform the population with a charge of 4 colors. They call it el semáforo, the traffic light. If your state is in red color, only essential economical activities are allowed. If you have it in orange, non-essential activities are only possible to do to a 30% capacity. Yellow, all activities are open but following the protocols required in activities outdoors and indoors. And if you are lucky enough to be on a state that is in green, you can pretty much do everything, even though you have to keep following these safety requirements. So what state are you visiting? You can check the colors in every state in this link. You will find it in the description of the video.
So we came here because Mexico is one of the countries that has very open regulation when it comes to entering the country. You get a temperature check, so very professional, same as during visiting several sites. And whenever we can, of course, we are forced to wear the face mask like we do back home.
Perfect. Number 2, Mexico is a large country. This country has 32 states and almost 2 million square kilometers. So something you should remember is that not everything you hear in media happens everywhere in the country. So it is true that we have our problems. And the pandemic has affected us in a big way in every aspect of life. And the population follows the recommendations differently from place to place. So, in a tourist destination, we are making sure there are the conditions for traveling safe. And Mexico has hundreds of possibilities when it comes to receiving tourism. However, I can just speak for myself and everyone I know, for small to big businesses in Cancun and Riviera Maya are doing their best for keeping visitors safe. Even these guys have a little thing there, so everybody visits this place has to wash their hands. You see it there? Ahí señala, Romano, señálalo para que todos vean. Gracias. Number 3 is a great destination. Cancun and the Riviera Maya is a great destination to come for your next vacation. And actually, there's so many things to see, and most of things are actually open. Of course, there are restrictions and protocols we have to follow, but still, you can have a great experience and also safe at the same time. Remember, we don't have just great beaches, but history, culture, awesome nature, cenotes, wildlife, great food, and the infrastructure to make you feel at home. Why don't you listen to these guys and you'll see what are their opinions.
Awesome.
Please tell me, what's your experience of the day?
Man, I don't know, mind blown. Just mind blown.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's cool to see history
Yeah, history's awesome.
and learning about it.
What was your favorite part of the day? Because we did a lot of things today.
Yeah.
Rappelling
It
Rappelling?
was fun.
and
I,
ziplining.
I like seeing these buildings right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, definitely. It's something really unique. No?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. So, my first trip out of the country.
Oh yeah?
Out of
Is
the
it?
US, so
Yeah, worth it.
it was definitely worth it. Yeah.
Great, great, great. Well, you know, there's so many other things to see around, so why not come in one more time next year, and then maybe when your kids one more time, right?
Right, maybe.
Why not?
Show them
I'm not putting any pressure on you, my friend. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Now after this, number 4, feel confident to travel, but take your precautions. The Quintana Roo state was congratulated this last week by the federal government. So how well they are managing the situation here locally. So something interesting is that we could probably be turning into the green color soon. To be honest, I wouldn't get that excited about it because this is in regular times. This would be the beginning of our high season. So if you come and they are expecting you to come, I think this is just propaganda to start the economy going. But either way, keep using your mask. Be safe. Wearing a mask, especially indoors, keep social distance, using hand sanitizer, washing your hands frequently, and avoiding touching your face will never get old. Come and enjoy the beauties of Mexico and the hospitality of our people. We know some of your countries are much more strict when it comes to coronavirus, but I know some of us desperately need to go out somewhere too. Physical health is so important, but also mental health. So get your plane tickets. The travel and the quarantine after you go back, it's definitely worth it. Make the adjustments at work.
We decided to come here for 2 weeks. If we wouldn't have quarantine in Canada for 2 weeks, I would stay here for a whole month.
Yes, that's
Muy bien, that's worth it. It's worth it. Okay. And if you are doing home office, it's even better. So don't think too much about it. And if you are still hesitating, follow this last advice.
We honestly feel a lot safer coming to Mexico than we would
temperature
even.
checks. Everyone's wearing a mask without having to be told to.
Yeah,
I feel safer here than I do in the States for sure.
yeah, I'd rather come here than travel in the U.S. It feels a lot safer. So.
Oh, yeah, they're taking a lot of precautions, you know, to make sure our shoes are clean, our hands are clean, and make sure we all wear our masks.
Of course.
They're taking temperatures.
And
they're taking temperatures.
what do you think of this place, guys?
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we came about 2 months ago
we just had a good time. We thought everything was like well organized and prepared that we just decided to come back another time.
Number 5. Avoid the crowds.
This is for sure probably the most important one because it's so hard to control everybody. So, you know, there are still of those people that don't believe in coronavirus are here having their vacations too. So avoid those places that you know they're gonna receive much more visitors.
Rent a car or get earlier than everybody. Travel in less busy weeks.
Just for you.
All right, come here. Check this out. Nobody else here. You can stay in the hotel, but you are gonna miss so much from your trip. There are well-known big parks and attractions that are going to be just packed. They got endless resources to promote their products, so they're so popular. But believe me, there are local tour operators that can make your experience much more memorable and real, because we'll take you to places that nobody else goes to.
Local independent guides can also give you a great experience. We have a big networking behind us. We know a lot of people and we know where to take you. And I'm not just talking about me. I mean, I'm pretty good, but you know, there's so many other good tour guides, and if you look for a private service, you can find them. And they are great, professional, knowledgeable, and they can show you what are the beauties of this land. You will have a personal service, safe and comfortable. So I think it's a very good option.
We took a tour today. Where did we go? We did go to Coba.
To Coba, yes.
We swam in cenote.
In the
We had
cenote.
a zip line and all the precaution taken, and it's in a small VIP tour. Very good.
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much, guys.
Yeah,
I hopefully see you soon, maybe later, right? Maybe next year.
You never know.
Guys, thank you very much for watching the video, and we hope it was very helpful for you. If you have any questions about it, please write it down in the comments. There you're gonna find in the description of the video the information, so you can send us an email or just, you know, find us on our Instagram and also our Facebook accounts. So I think there's not many other things to say. Just please come soon to Mexico and we'll see you here, so you can have a great experience also. And well, see you next video. Adios.